Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to urge my colleagues to help join this for bipartisan support of House Bill 4610, which would create right to ride in Michigan and protect public access to state forest trailways. This would protect important recreational uses, including hiking, biking, and horseback riding. This legislation affects a majority of our districts. House Bill 4610 creates an Equine Trail Advisory Council, which will work with the DNR to develop a comprehensive plan for all recreational use. This will increase tourism spending in Michigan. Of the 155,000 horse owners in Michigan, representing an $8 billion industry, there are 80,000 recreational horseback riders, people who use their horses to enjoy the outdoors. Our local economies depend on this. State land is our land, and we should have access to it. I would ask for your support.
Thank you, Representative. Speaker recognizes Representative Sheltron.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I, too, rise as Chairman of Tourism, Outdoor Rec, Natural Resources in support of this bill. Some of the debate enters around Pittman-Robertson funds and the loss of those funds. I've heard that argument advanced in my 5 years in the legislature a number of times, and never tends to materialize. For example, in Roscommon County, the loss of Pittman-Robertson funds was going to void a renewal of a lease in Roscommon, which was going to cost Roscommon Township another $10 to $15 million. After I checked with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, I found out that it wasn't an issue at all. So if I had listened to the departments down here, I would have cost my district $10 to $15 million more. Other states, such as New York, New Mexico, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Ohio, recognize horseback riding as a compatible use to federal and state lands. The fact is that equestrian use is an acceptable use to Pittman-Robertson funds if it's put into the plan. We only ask that the Department of Natural Resources put horse riding, equestrian use, into their plan. I've also heard back a couple of years ago, this House passed unanimously a bill to allow ATVs to ride on the side of the road if so the local units of government decided that they would want to enact the ordinance to do so. We heard at that time that we were going to probably lose or could lose horse certification. We heard even the argument advanced that if these ATVs happen to wander on to Pittman-Robertson purchased lands, that we could lose Pittman-Robertson funds. Well, that ordinance has been enacted now for almost 2 years. It's very successful. And in this economy, I would remind the House of Representatives that they did a great thing, because in this economy, ATV sales are up 15% in Michigan's economy. And I think that's directly attributed to PA 240. So that's why I think it's important that we do our duty and that we look for creative ways to support tourism, which this bill would do. It would allow horse users to be able to, the 155,000 of them, to come, especially in northern Michigan, to be able to access trails that would be provided through a council. Finally, there are those who want the 3 Ps of northern Michigan. They want to keep us pure, they want to keep us pristine, and they want to keep us poor. Now, I can deal with the first two, but I'm darn tired of the last one. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. The question before the House is passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor shall vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Board is now open. Members may vote at their desks.